everyone and welcome back to the channel. Eve Holdings is a direct competitor of Archer Aviation. Both of them are serious players in the urban air mobility field and low altitude industry. In this video, I'll cover everything you need to know about the company. Here is the video format. First, I will explain what Eve Holdings do, when it was established, and other basic information so you will have a good understanding of the company. Then I will talk about the products they are planning to sell, and what are the different use cases for those products. Finally, I'll talk about their financial results and what analysts expect for the stock price. Everything I say is not a financial advice, so please make sure you do your own research. So Eve Holdings is a company focused on building electric aircraft designed for short urban flights. Their aircraft is designed with a lift and cruise configuration. That basically means it has 8 vertical rotors and one main propeller that helps it move forward. It's being built to carry a pilot and up to 4 passengers with a flight range of about 60 miles or 100 kilometers. One of their key selling points is that the aircraft is expected to be quieter and cheaper than a helicopter. Eve is targeting 2026 as the year it begins commercial operations. Right now, the company is still in the development and certification phase. That means they are not making money yet. Instead, they are investing in engineering, testing, and getting regulatory approval. Eve is based in Florida, and they also have operations in Brazil. In Brazil, they are planning to build their first manufacturing plant, and the company expects to start a production capacity of about 400 aircraft per year. In 2022, Eve went public through a SPAC merger, and it now trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol EVEX. Now let's talk about their products and the use cases. Eve is currently developing two main products that will form the foundation of the business. The first and most important product is their electric vertical takeoff and landing aircraft, also known as eVTOL. This is a battery-powered aircraft designed for short trips, typically within two cities. Now, there are a variety of use cases for this product. The most common one is urban air taxis. Instead of sitting in traffic for an hour, people could take a 10 to 15 minutes flight across the city. Another use case is airport transfer, quickly connecting passengers from city center to major airports. The aircraft could also be used for tourism, and eventually it can be used for emergency services like medical evacuation. Eve's second major product is a software platform. The platform called Vector. This is an urban air traffic management system. It's designed to safely manage all the new air traffic that will come with the flying taxis, especially in crowded city skies. The whole purpose behind that software is to prevent collisions on air routes, because if you think about it, there are going to be many flying taxis in the sky, so someone will need to coordinate and manage it. So every company that will provide aircraft will need to make sure that their aircraft won't be involved in air collision. At this stage, Eve hasn't started selling anything yet, but they already have letters of intent for over 2,800 aircraft from companies around the world that are interested in ordering aircraft, and the orders came from airlines, leasing companies, and helicopter operators. These future customers plan to use Eve's aircraft for urban air mobility and other use cases. Some of the key clients include United Airlines, which plan to use Eve's aircraft for urban air taxi service in major US cities. There is also Azura, which is a leasing company that will buy aircraft and lease them to operators. Now let's talk about some recent developments. First, in mid-June, Eve signed its first binding agreement for up to 50 aircraft. The deal was made with an urban air mobility operator based in Sao Paulo. This is a big step because, unlike previous pre-orders, this agreement includes not only the aircraft but also full support service like maintenance and operation. Deliveries are expected to begin in late 2027. Another major update is that Eve published its first global market outlook. In this report, the company predicts that the urban air mobility could reach $280 billion by 2045. Now let's talk about their financial results. In the first quarter of 2025, Eve reported a net loss of $48 million, and that's almost double than the net loss in the same quarter last year, which was about $25 million. The main reason for this increase is a big jump in research and development spending. In fact, R&D expenses went up to $44 million compared to $27 million in the same period last year because the company is ramping up work on its aircraft prototypes, testing, and engineering. Now let's talk about cash because despite the high loss, Eve actually reduced its cash burn in this quarter. They used around $25 million compared to $35 million in the same period last year. At the end of the quarter, Eve had about $287 million in cash and short term investments. On top of that, they have access to a credit line that brings their liquidity up to around $400 million. According to management, this should be enough to keep the company running through at least the end of 2026. And finally, let's cover what analysts are saying. Right now, the average 12 months price target for Eve is around $7. Some analysts go up to $8, while the more conservative are closer to 5. So overall, analysts expect the price to range between $5 to $8. Right now, the stock is sitting at around $7.30, so the upside is not that significant, and it seems like the downside is larger than the upside. But this company is still considered to be an interesting company because the industry that they are operating at is about to grow significantly in the next decade. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.